guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Game, and it's something Mount Sword of the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Green Eyres End. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go! Right there, okay. This was right before he set fire to the place. He did something, and that caused a few explosions to go off around the room. Some from electrical equipment that got overloaded. Dolores lost her sight from one of the blasts. Gray broke his back, and I saw that cat standing behind the perpetrator of that disaster. Do you think they caused it? No, that's not how it felt, but the cat emanated a strange aura, something wet and cool like gentle rain. And now that we are alone, I can feel the same thing. It did rain this morning. We continued to stare at each other in silence. The tension becomes uncomfortable quickly. Tell me, Dan, do you remember what me and Diana told you during that last concert we did? That what others think of you can and likely will eventually define you internally. So be your own ideal self towards others, and others will help you achieve just that. Indeed, but lying isn't always a bad thing, even in that ideal. Sharing information that could confuse or hurt others will reflect just as poorly onto you. For that reason, I want you to know that I'm not being completely truthful with you either, nor the rest of the group. I am first and foremost invested in doing what's best for everyone. Whatever we'll be telling you in this meeting is more idealistic than factual. Do not shy away from finding your own answers as opposed to inherit others. If you ever need an ear or two for your troubles, even if they sound insane, you have me. Trust me, I have seen my fair share of curious events. If you don't mind that theater incident, what do you think happened? Why did the guy set fire to the place? They screwed up, and that's what I thought at the time. He seemed unhinged, but not murderous. No, the largest explosion came from behind. There, way in the back, there was a cameraman getting footage of the event. They went by the name Lawrence Clover, young, well-dressed fellow, was completely calm while the fire was raging. Helped people evacuate, then reported the incident as an electrical engineering mishap. Problem is, there weren't any electrical outlets in the back. This was something our crew had been planning to add for a long time, but never got to do it. And that cameraman? His equipment was completely intact. At that time, I was too stressed out to think straight, so I didn't question it. Lawrence Clover supposedly disappeared a few weeks after the incident, right after returning to his home country. The mayor stops and takes a deep breath, seemingly deciding how to say something. A few weeks ago, something happened to remind me of this incident. I was processing papers back then, and I saw the request from Lorelei to tour the town. The journalist bared a remarkable resemblance to Lawrence, so I ran some tests. His digitals and facial patterns are a perfect match. Do you think he's planning to start something? I don't know, but if you're going to be near them, be careful. Have Fame and Neil keep an eye on him, too. Just don't tell them about our conversation just now. Alright, one more question. The school and Teether share the same building. In all the years I've studied there, I've never seen burn marks outside that one room. Do you know why? It was quickly taken care of. We were all outside the building before it spread too much. The only one inside was the detective you just met, and your father. My father? He never talked about this. They said they activated the sprinklers. Apparently the mechanism had jammed, so they had to fix it. Was the room wet afterwards? It was, but the fire was... Footsteps sound outside the room. Soon there's a few knocks on the door. The mayor gives me a serious look, indicating the conversation was over for now. It's Fime! Are you available? Come on in! Fime opens the door. 3 more people accompany him. Is Daniel staying? I asked him to come, yes. We'll bring him into our group. It's not that surprising. Dan was always good at figuring things out. Fame closes the door and joins us in the middle of the room. This is the group? It is. I'm sure you're familiar with all of them already, too. How much does he know? One's gray. I think he's gray. Okay. Hard to say. Probably not much. Dan, do you know about the town's purple stones? There's a lot of stones that are purple. My father lets out a short laugh, clearly seeing through my lie. Come on, Dan. I know you copied some of my documents. You often do that, don't you? What name did we give them? The Wolf's Gem, said to give a man the power to defy a god. That was a bit of an exaggeration, I'll admit. These stones... Madrigo pulls out a small purple stone from his pocket. From the other pocket, he grabs a piece of paper, which he slashes with the rock. The paper begins to crumble and transform. In a few seconds, it becomes a purple flower. I inspect the flower, touching it to make sure it's real. I lift my head, shooting my father an inquisitive but serious look. With enough of these, we can cast a much more powerful spell, capable of miracles. We want one miracle for each one of us, and one for you if you help us. How do you know that's going to work? Because I've used it before, Dan. Look at me. I look at the mayor, expecting her to do something. Oh. I don't know what that was, y'all. That was weird. 1 second, let me check something. Alright, my guess is that a program popped up in the background or something, probably Avast. Anyway, I look at the mayor, expecting her to do something. She doesn't. I am not human. Focus. See. I squint my eyes, yet nothing changes. But then... Oh, shit! I see it. Long ears, bright fur, pink nose. Her form keeps trying to shift back to that of a human. It takes a lot of effort to transition to the other one. You know? Finally, my vision settles on the shape of a bunny-human hybrid. What? You see it. Good. This is my original form. The other one is what I've acquired through the use of the purple stones. You were never human? Was my mom? I was adopted. One of the reasons why is because I resembled your mother a lot, so our parents decided we'd be a good fit. Are there more of your kind? There used to be. Nowadays I don't know. We haven't seen another one in decades. This kind of spell is only possible by making a deal with the creator of these gems. We've all communicated with the wolf that created these gems. They told us the conditions for the deal. Even blind, I was able to see them. So it's a demonic pact. Not quite. The only prize for the wish is to bring enough of these gems back to them. The old chief has been excavating and using these for decades now. And they haven't solved their resources issue, or expanded the village? What's the catch? The chief is casting small individual spells rather than gather a large amount to trade. I don't think he knows about the wolf. Do I get to talk with this wolf? Yes, of course. All we need is to gather enough purple gems together for an audience. We could easily do this at the company's building, or... Rodrigo turns to Fime. The latter needed a moment to realize what the businessman wanted. You want to do this at the village? That should double down as a clue he's near a lot of stones, even if they are etched deep into the walls. I guess so. Yes, I'll make time for that to happen. You want to steal the old seller's treasure? Hey, we got one of them with us. Doesn't mean much. Is there really no other way to get these? I remember the files mentioning you were excavating them from the mines up north. Most of the veins are dry. It'll take a long time to refill. Decades. I'm glad you feel that way, Dan, but our chief isn't the most trustworthy man to be in possession of these. If I could make a wish, it'll be that we find a chief who will place his people's needs before their own pride. I've heard the rumors about your infamous chief. Still, I'll need more information before making a decision. A fair request, and one we shall help you meet. For now, do you accept doing us a favor? I assume it involves the village. We want you to infiltrate the village's underground while on your tour, and report your findings. We've been trying to sneak out gems from the village, but it's been difficult with the lack of a map and knowledge of vein locations. You'll be helping the journalist with a camera. With an extra storage chip, you should be able to get us some high-quality footage. Why can't Fame do this? Surely he can at least draw a map. I'm not allowed to enter the ceremonial tunnels. No one besides the chief and the priests are. The tour is one of the first times someone else will be allowed there. I intend to hold the guards' attention so you can explore. What about Neil and Lorelei? There is a garden full of unique plants there. It should hold Neil's attention. Lorelei will likely want to get footage of them as well. Since the tunnels are tight, we can pretend it's a rule that only 2 people can come in at any given time. We'll split our group then. Fine, I'll help with this task. Thank you, Dan. Is this all we need to discuss today? It was. We'll wait for Dan's report before deciding on our next move. Unless someone has something to add, this meeting is over. No one speaks for a while, which the members took as their cue to leave. I did too, and with that, this memory ends. I'm back in the hallways of the 3rd floor, but something is off. The air is frigid and there's a fog inside the building. A strong gust of wind is coming from the end of the corridor. Oh. The wind current becomes rapid, seemingly sweeping away the environment and the lights. The wind transforms the place into a strange tunnel. Cascades of water come down from the walls, forming a river on the ground. On the left, I see a plain land with lamppost trees and a mountain. There's a wall between me and it, but the imagery leaks through. Golden veins and flowers provide most of the light in the room, a blue moon behind the walls being a close second. It looks like a mishmash of various well-recognizable elements, but they make no sense together. Fog begins to roll over, filling the place up until I can barely see a few meters in front of me. Ooh. From inside the fog, a huge figure appears. 2 shining eyes make contact with mine. Welcome to my domain, little one. You may call me Lycaon. I'm the manager in charge of one of your contracts. I presume you have come to this realm to discuss this matter with me, correct? Or perhaps Shezmu just wanted you to regain some memories from before. I was told to search for my memories, but I also wanted to talk to you. Can you bring me back to life? Ah, a wish. Well, 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 you'll have to prove yourself worthy before I can grant you a miracle. You've heard the conversation in that room. Bring me 100 kilograms of my gems back to me, and I shall give you your reward. If, of course, you can find me. I've brought you here this time, but I want you to prove how capable you are. For now, though, I sense something heavy twitch in my right hand. I bring it up to eye level, seeing myself holding a letter. This will help Shezmu negotiate with Tefnut. Give it to him. With that, the creature fades into the fog. The lights go out, covering the room in a heavy blanket of darkness. I'll be expecting you. Moments later, I snap back to reality, finding myself back in my room in the afterlife. I reach for the pen and paper, finding a blank page and scribbling my thoughts. I try to be as thorough as possible, hoping to catch any inconsistencies or details. On a separate page, I list only the bullet points, and one more for questions and theories. After almost an hour, I have a few pages worth of information. I fold the papers and tuck them into my pocket. I'm gonna have to ask for some different colored pens and a booklet. The baboon's voice comes through the walls again. Dear guest, there's someone who would like to meet you. Please make your way to my room. Oh. Okay. So, alright. Chapter select. So we did chapter 3. Did we? We did chapter 3. Whispers. We did chapter 2. Yeah, okay. So, main menu. Okay. Let's see. Chapter select. We'll do the invisible shards. Ooh, okay. Are you ready to start, Paz? The goat leans back on the armchair. They take a deep breath. Yes, sir. I'll begin by explaining the process. The goat turns his eyes to meet mine. Please pay close attention to this process. I want you to repeat it on your end once my demonstration is over. The idea is to look at objects relating to you and trying to extract as much information as possible. Take your time. The point is to analyze the item as deeply as you can. To help with that, we'll separate our thoughts into 3 categories. What you recognize the item as, what its history is, how it makes you feel. We'll be doing this with multiple people and vocalize our thoughts. A second perspective should aid with further questions and analysis. Inevitably, personal information or issues may come to light. For that reason, you'll need to trust in your partner. I'll perform this ahead of you to improve our trust in one another. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks to our 2 gold tier patrons, Zeke and Toby. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our Not Safe for Work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!